Okay, so obviously the first thing to talk about is we finally get to see Jaygarcia step into the battlefield in a rather monstrous form that has the internet abuzz in terms of deciphering what his Devil Fruit power is. But honestly, I'm not 100% convinced it is a Devil Fruit power, because even by the standards of Devil Fruit powers, there already feels like there's something different and even more otherworldly about Jaygarcia's form than the Devil Fruits themselves. And even if I were to make a connection back to Devil Fruits, like, I don't even think it's so much a Devil Fruit as much as it feels like Jaygarcia and likely the other Elder Stars have sort of tapped into the very origin factor of Devil Fruits themselves. Like, the very thing that all Devil Fruits originate from is kind of what Jaygarcia's power is. At least that's from my theory of the case. And honestly, would anyone be surprised if that was the case? Like, just the fact that it feels like there's so many secrets that we don't know about the Elder Stars, it would kind of track that they discovered, like, the real secrets of the Devil Fruit and coveted it for themselves. And made it to where, like, and made it into their power. Like, that just seems kind of, like, the way I'm just saying it out loud, it just feels like it all connects perfectly. I don't know if that's actually the case, but it feels like that's kind of what Oda's going for here. Now, the bigger question, I guess, is how the Gum Gum Fruit, aka Human Fruit Nika, plays into this, because the other thing to note about Jaygarcia's form is that it shares a similar features with Luffy's Gear 5 Nika form. The only major difference is obviously being the spider-like legs and devil horns. Obviously, in Jaygarcia's case, they're obviously going for an angel and devil parallel, as Luffy's power, like being all white, it does kind of reflect more of an angel vibe, whereas this power definitely more demon devil kind of parallel. And the other thing that gives off the vibe that this might not entirely be a Devil Fruit power to me is the fact that Jaygarcia's power even has those smallest of similarities. Tells me both these powers share the same origin as the Nika fruit. And when combined with the knowledge that we know that according to the Elder Stars, the Nika fruit, like the human fruit model Nika, has been eluding the government for what is hundreds of years. Like, my theory kind of just checks most, if not all, of the boxes when you think about it, and just like it feels like he kind of which answer the other burning question of like if it isn't the Devil Fruit, then how do you explain Nika? The only reason I can explain Nika, honestly, is that Nika had taken the form of a fruit in order as a means by which to escape. Like, I guess, like, when you look at Nika and just how, when we look at the legend of the sun god Nika and just how much of a trickster Nika is, it just kind of tracks that he would kind of use the most ridiculous way in which to escape from his peers or whatever kind of power like the Elder Stars have. Like, it just feels like it kind of tracks by all that. Okay, moving on from that very long ramble, though, we get more with Bonnie in this chapter and the reveal that she's developed her powers to the point of inducing the fear of death into people. And although that definitely worked on a few Navy soldiers, I really doubt it worked on Jaygarcia. Like, let's be real about it. I don't think she's gonna die, but I wouldn't be surprised if she gets taken out of the action for a while. But more than anything, I'm hoping this confrontation finally gives us, like, backstory of what exactly happened and how the government facilitated Kuma's downfall as king, because that's still the biggest question mark on Kuma's history. How did he become the tyrant king? How did he become known as the tyrant? What were the circumstances of the government's involvement? Like, we definitely know at this one we know Jaygarcia and definitely in Kizaru were both involved, but again, is this like a sort of like Ohara sort of Buster Call thing, or was there something more to it? Like, what were the circumstances of the government's involvement? We know he butted heads with them a lot, but again, what was the government's motivation for doing all this? Is kind of the answers we need. Like, these are the questions that need answers. Of course, not helping the situation either is that Kuma himself is now being controlled by a Navy admiral. Which, yeah, Sanji. I know you said I know you said for Bonnie to escape, to focus on escaping. But at the very least, Sanji, could you do us a favor and knock that little troll of a woman off, Kuma? Because god damn, only just met her and already everything about Bluegrass annoys me. From character design, powers, personality, I hate her guts. And again, I know Sanji's whole thing is don't hit a woman, but can you make an exception just this one time, Sanji, please? Like, can you knock that little bitch out already? I can only imagine how she's gonna sound when the anime gets to this point, but yeah. Also, the fact that Sanji did tell Bonnie to escape makes me think that Bonnie is going to be with us for a little while longer, even after we get off the island. Like, I think she might be with us even during, possibly even during, like, when we get to Elbaf and whatnot. And, yeah, beyond that, things just went from bad to worse, because Luffy has supposedly reached his limit on Gear 5, so beyond this point, they just really need to book it out of here. Like, unless Luffy manages to regain some stamina in the next couple minutes, everyone just needs to focus on escaping and getting the fuck out of Dodge. But honestly, like, even then, even in this scenario where Luffy regains some stamina, I think he needs to duck out of this fight too for now, because on top of there being too many players on the board to the point where the Straw Hats are getting overwhelmed, I honestly don't think Luffy's quite ready just yet to take on the kind of powers we're facing. I mean, don't get me wrong, when it comes to Kizaru, he's one thing. I think Kizaru is a manageable threat at this point, but the reveal with Jaygarcia has really made it clear they need to get off this island, because they are just not ready for this fight, and I don't think even Luffy at full strength in Gear 5 would stand a chance against Jaygarcia, at least not yet. Like, again, like, Luffy just really needs to, like, he needs to get just that little bit extra stronger in order to like, I think probably be on the same, whatever kind of level, like, Jaygarcia is on right now. Like, it's, with the way Jaygarcia's power is, it's clear that whatever kind of godly powers he has versus the kind of godly powers Luffy has, it's like Luffy's only scratched the surface of how powerful he can be, and he's not as powerful as he needs to be right now. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Analyst Crunchyroll. Be sure to notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and just share the video around, guys. Dark Knight of Enemy signing off. Later, everyone.